Discourse 2. February 13, 1937, San Francisco, California. Mr. Ballard. The great divine director will speak his wishes to the students, as he flashes the words before me in living light. Will you feel within yourselves the mighty import of these words? Great divine director. In my humble endeavor to serve you, O beloved students of San Francisco, and those who are visiting here, it is with a definite purpose I have come to render a service for you. From my being, there have gone threads of light, streams of light, if you please, carrying definite qualities into your hearts and your feeling world, that you may more quickly enter into the harmony and the acceptance of your mighty I Am presence, and thereby gain your victory. So you do not have to go through a much longer period for its achievement. A little less powerful service is being rendered for you than there was to the children, Rex, Bob, Nada, and Pearl, and this good brother, who came to me in India. I have come to you here, in the comfort of this auditorium which is provided in your city. Will you feel and keep before your consciousness that this instruction is not an ordinary activity? Even from our octave of light, it is an extraordinary activity. I may not set aside time and space for all of you, as a group, as was done for those blessed children, but a service occupying a similar position for you has been rendered. To the degree you can accept this help and keep your feeling world harmonized, will you see the outpicturing of those qualities more quickly, not only in producing perfect health in your body and more quickly solving the problems before you, but in quickly rising into that state of consciousness where you no longer consider problems. In calling your beloved mighty I Am presence into action, you not only solve the apparent ones, but it keeps you above all problems. That is your victory. That is the achievement for which you have come into many embodiments. Today, through the great gracious assistance of our beloved Saint Germain, he chose of his own volition to try out and prove that with the assistance of the great cosmic law, the time had arrived when great numbers of mankind could understand, appreciate and accept the reality of their own mighty I Am presence, which the chart shows to you definitely. The individual who thinks this great knowledge Saint Germain has brought forth is but imaginary, can of course receive but little benefit, because the repulsion of his or her own feeling of doubt will repel our help until such time as those individuals can feel the great acceptance of this knowledge, this truth, the mightiest which the earth can ever receive. Your knowledge of the presence and the acceptance of your mighty I Am presence is the end of all earthly pilgrimage. Those who will apply this truth as directed and refuse acceptance to appearances will quickly enter into the fullness of the courage, strength and confidence which gives them the certain feeling that it is really true. You will understand, beloved ones, after centuries, hundreds and perhaps thousands of embodiments, in which each of you has lived, the gaining of your momentum of limitations must necessarily be tremendous. Notice the vast difference in what you have known before, as the advancement of the mass, in comparison to your individual knowledge of your beloved mighty I Am presence, and the eye picture which you have before you, through which you are calling your three faculties of activity into vivid action for yourselves. You may accomplish your victory today, through the use of the violet consuming flame, by calling your mighty I Am presence into action to pass it from your feet up, a dazzling radiance like a blowtorch, consuming everything discordant which you have drawn about you through the centuries. Your achievement is definite, certain, and quickly accomplished. The accumulation of limitations which you have drawn about you through the centuries has been a long laborious process. Strange is it not, that mankind would willingly draw the people into more and more dense and limited conditions. Yet, only when the people know the great God presence which beats their hearts, can strength be sustained within the human form, which will enable them to hold their attention firm enough on their mighty I Am presence to set them free. Then, its mighty energy may be released in sufficient quantity, sufficient power, to not only consume all discordant conditions and accumulations, but to draw from the presence those mighty currents of energy, which sweep into the body like a mighty river, if you please, and which will sweep out every imperfection. You may wonder why we continually pound, and pound, and pound, these definite explanations to mankind, because they must understand this truth. Those who refuse, will go on and spend many embodiments, before they have this opportunity again, because those who pass out, consciously refusing this knowledge today, will not be permitted to re-embody and gain the glory which the next embodiment would bring. When once the outer consciousness of mankind is given the opportunity, and the stubbornness of the human and its ridicule refuses acceptance to the great light and truth of the presence, then people will wait much longer than those who have not heard of it. There is only one thing in all this world of human activity, which will not allow anyone on the face of this earth to accept the mighty I Am Presence, and that is the accumulated stubbornness of the human mind and feeling, the outer activity of it. So, today, I do congratulate you, O beloved children of the earth. Seeing the expansion of the light within you and your sincere earnestness, with great joy, I came forth into your city, into your midst, to try once again to give you our assistance, which will enable you to attain quick, certain, eternal freedom from the acceptance. Now mark you. From the acceptance any longer, of these appearances which have bound you so long. Does it sound simple, when you are asked to refuse acceptance of these appearances, when your very life energy has fed them to terrify, harass and prevent your achievement? You can turn from them now, in the acknowledgement of your presence, accept its perfection, the mighty currents of energy flowing in, and through your body, and out into your world, and have that perfection now made manifest in your world out here. That is a great, majestic mighty law which it is your privilege to use. So, today, every assistance possible is being given to the sincere ones of mankind, to release them, not only from their own human creation drawn through the centuries, but to give them the great, great and wonderful ascension, free forever. From the wheel of birth and rebirth, which you have traced and retraced so many, many times. It does not matter whether people believe this or not, it is the great law, and it is not concerned with human opinions. It acts, and those who cannot or will not accept it, will remain in the great wheel, embodiment after embodiment, until one day they wake up. I know this, good brother and sister, the messengers, do not wish me to say this, yet I am going to say it. Do you realize, and I am sure many of you do, what it means for someone to be strong enough to stand before the world and carry this great truth, which beloved Saint Germain has brought forth, for the freedom of so many in so short a time? Do you wonder that we mention this? You should not, for I tell you, but for this truth, destruction would have found America unguarded. They in their kindliness, love and humbleness have carried this message with almost the strength and courage of an ascended being. So we congratulate them and you, for being able to accept the great truth personally, and apply it to your freedom, but will you bear with me, when I ask you to do it quickly? You are no longer subject to your human creations or to the limitations which appear in the outer world. You, who go forth from this class, are free beings, if you only knew it, with that which has been anchored within your feeling. You are no longer subject to limitations of any kind, and if you will apply this truth as asked, refuse acceptance to all appearances, then you shall go forth quickly and release in the fullness of its mighty power, freedom which I tell you is yours. I want to say a word to some of the very wonderful students, who have called the presence into action sufficiently powerful, to make it possible for them to be in the various classes. I have watched the step up, as you say in your outer parlance, from one class to another, of the great intensity and activity of the radiance poured forth, and the step up in the clearness of their comprehension, even in this class. So then you know, my precious ones, what it means to be dauntless, firm and unyielding in your determination to have the power of your beloved mighty I Am Presence expressed in and through you, and out into your world. You can have it and do not accept anything else. Don't be interfered with or misled by human opinions, when you go forth from this class. Stand solely by your mighty I Am Presence. Group leaders of San Francisco, don't allow a feeling of anything but kindness to go forth. Unite and bring the glory of God, the beloved mighty I Am Presence, into all-powerful action here in your city, and you will be blessed beyond your fondest hopes. I ask you, precious ones, group leaders of San Francisco, come together. Adjust yourselves. Harmonize yourselves and unite in a great activity. Let each group go forth and do its perfect work, and each other group bless it forever, forever and forever. Don't one group try to interfere with another. Go on, each one of you, in the power of your group. Be blessed with the great blessing which will be released. That will help you to go on, and on, and on, in this great radiance, which will be released in your heart, mind and body. It is sustained in your city, for your great blessing, benefit and activity. Will you accept your freedom and your ascension? O beloved, precious ones, don't let the human intellect of yourselves or anyone else assert to you that the ascension is but an imaginary dream. It is the most wonderful thing in all the universe. It is the only means by which you can be free from the wheel of birth and rebirth. Then, in your great ascended purified body, the electronic energy and force of your mighty I Am presence render a service infinite in its activity. We, who have our freedom, come to plead with mankind to accept the freedom which is offered. Out of the glory of the great cosmic light, we call its mighty intelligence to descend into the earth, take command of America, the people and its government, sweep into every activity, into all official places, the glory of its mighty directing intelligence, so all may feel and quickly enter into that great loving harmony of God, where all is filled with only the light of God, the great cosmic light, where all are clothed in garments of light. All who will accept, may live within the glory of their beloved mighty I Am presence, whose garment of light not only illumines your pathway, but becomes your protecting radiance, invincible in its activity. Great and mighty light, release thy commanding presence into the earth, so all mankind may quickly enter into the consciousness of thy great freedom for all. First quicken the desire in the heart which is surging in the hearts of all mankind today. Then quickly release the great knowledge of this mighty I Am presence. In its great current of energy, which quickens the light within their hearts at its touch. Flow, O mighty I Am presence, into the heart, the mind and body of all mankind and assert thyself. Take thy command. Go forth in thy mighty conquering presence and fill the earth with thy mighty glory. Such is our decree for you, O beloved ones, and all mankind. My love enfolds you always, unto your freedom and ascension.